You know what, Jason Clark? You go up the mountain. I'll go back to base camp and stay warm. Now that I have my jacket off, let's talk about the movie Everest. Directed by Baltasar Kormacher, based on the book Into Thin Air, written by John Krakauer. This movie is about the 1996 expedition up to the top of Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world, led by experienced mountain climber Rob Hall, who's played by Jason Clark in the movie. And what happens when this group of mountain climbers tries to get down the mountain while they're caught in the middle of a storm. Now, I've been very anxious to see this movie ever since I saw the trailer, and it is a really, really good movie. Jason Clark is excellent as Rob Hall. You really feel like he's superhuman as he goes up the mountain and talks about what it's like to go up to Mount Everest and everything. Jake Gyllenhaal plays Scott Fisher in the movie, who is leading a competing team up to the top of Mount Everest. Throughout the film, Scott and Rob decide to join forces in order to get up to the top of Mount Everest. Jake Gyllenhaal was really good in the movie as well. Although I don't understand why everybody thought that he was going to be the lead. Maybe because of how popular of an actor he is. Maybe that's why they thought he was going to be the lead actor in this film, but I could tell right from the trailer that Jason Clark was going to be the lead. I don't understand why everybody thought that Jake Gyllenhaal was going to be the lead. Josh Brolin is in the movie too as a fellow mountain climber, Beck Weathers. He was really good. Keira Knightley plays Jason Clark's wife in the movie. She was great, although her only scenes are waiting at home and talking on the phone to Jason Clark. But all the scenes she got, you can really feel the connection she has with Jason Clark's character and how much she wants to see Rob Hall return safely. Emily Watson plays the base camp monitor, and she was really good as well. I really did like her in the film. She monitors the weather and makes sure all the conditions are good in order to get up to the top of the mountain. Elizabeth Debicki plays Caroline, the doctor in the movie, and she was really good. Then you have John Hawkes. He plays this ordinary mailman who wants to reach the top of Mount Everest for the first time, and he was really good as well. He's the most relatable character in the film. Although you can tell throughout the movie that he is the weakest link of the team. Michael Kelly plays the guy that wrote the book, and he was really good being one of the mountain climbers. Robin Wright from The Princess Bride, she plays Josh Brolin's wife in the film, and she was really good, even though all the scenes she has is waiting at home for her husband. I didn't recognize that it was Robin Wright because they changed their hair color in the movie. Sam Worthington is in the movie as well. He was really good. I did like him. Finally, we got a Japanese woman in the film, Naoki Mori. She plays a fellow mountain climber as well. I really did like her character. The movie is very suspenseful. You really feel the brutal conditions that they're going through, even though you're in a Warren theater. And the big screen that I saw this movie in really looked great and everything. So let's talk about the negatives. The negatives, the 3D for one thing. The 3D is really not necessary. It was the only way for me to see this movie when I saw it in the theater. And I really felt like it didn't add to the effect of watching this movie, really. I felt like I could get the same experience just watching it without the 3D and if it was just in 2D. The way that Josh Brolin's character is handled in the movie, what happens to him and how the movie treats it, that was not done as well as I hoped it was going to be. I don't want to spoil what happens to him in the movie, but I kind of felt it could have been handled a little bit better. And there were some points in the movie where I could tell who was going to die and who wasn't, but there were other points in the movie where I was shocked to find out who dies and who doesn't. So it had a level of predictability and unpredictability to the movie. But I really like this film. This is a really, really good film. Definitely check this movie out. I have done mountain climbing myself a couple times, but only up to the top of Mount Monadnock in New Hampshire. I've never gone up to anything like this, and I would never climb Mount Everest. No way would I want to go up a mountain like this with this kind of brutal conditions or anything like that. No way. That's just way too dangerous for me. But it is a really good movie. You should definitely check this movie out. I'm going to give this a B+. Definitely a really good film.